Hey, Matt Stein, Unique Luxury Travels. Thanks for being here. Thanks for joining me today. As a lot of you know, I've fallen in love with river cruising, specifically river cruising in Europe, because there's just so much to do, so much to see. The beer, the wine, the great cuisine. It's just an extraordinary experience. And I used AmaWaterways for my first river cruise, and someone I work with at AmaWaterways is joining me today to talk a little bit more about it. So, Columba, thanks so much for being here. You
Thank
know
you.
I love I love Ama, and it's interesting because Ama means heart, right?
It means love, means
It means
love.
love. Heart is the hardest part of the love.
That's right. Thank you for having me today, Matt. I'm happy to be here, and I'm so happy that you chose AmaWaterways to be your first cruise. So for those of you that are listening in today or going to listen to this later, just want to talk to you a little bit about the company itself, because we're not the biggest river cruise company out there. We're a small family-run business. We've been around since 2002, but we're not a household name. You don't get direct mail. You don't see us advertised on TV much. We're starting a little bit, but what we rely on are past guests that come back from a fabulous experience. And we rely on travel professionals like Matt to tell you what the differences in the different companies are, because there are differences. For those of you that have never been on a river cruise and only sailed on a big ship, you know why you choose one company over another. Some people choose Carnival, some choose Royal Caribbean, some choose Celebrity, some choose Silver Sea and Seabourn. They go to the same places, but they all take you there differently. And that's really what we want to talk about. And as Matt says, AMA, it's not AMA. AMA means love, and that's what we're all about. You're not just a number when you're sailing on one of our ships. So let's talk a little bit, Matt. I know you did the Rhine cruise, as I did, Rhine Christmas Market back in December, but I just got back from a Danube cruise. And those two rivers are our most popular. So when looking at the map here, you see from the North Sea to the Black Sea, all these little blue lines are the tributaries and rivers that we travel to. So like I said, all the companies go to the same places. You can't deviate much there. But if you've only been on a big ship, what I want to highlight is that we go to the places the big ships cannot go. The only way you'd get to see these beautiful destinations, these little landlocked countries, is if you were motor coaching. And if you like cruising, why would you ever go on a motor coach tour? Who needs that hassle? So you're really getting to see the heart of Europe. Most of our itineraries are 7 nights. So we do the Danube, the Rhine, the Rhone, the Seine. We have ships in Portugal. We have some exotics, but that's a whole nother conversation. And if any of you are interested in learning more about those, we'd be happy to do another presentation specifically on Egypt, Asia, or South Africa, and our new destination, Colombia. Right,
Yeah, I
Matt?
was going to say the new one, Colombia, which
Brand
I'm
new.
excited to do. And someone recently mentioned this to me, and I thought it was a good way of looking at a river cruise. The ocean cruises show you a country. River cruises take you inside the country, and you see it on the map there, how you're literally going through country, something you don't really get a chance to do on the big ocean cruises.
Right. Like we say, oceans take you to places where rivers take you through places. That's our little slogan. So you got the right gist on that one. So that's really what it's all about. Spending time getting the local flavor, seeing the locals, where they live, where they shop, where they dine. You're just not going to get that same feeling on a big ship. So when I said we're a small family-run company, we're really not that small. We have a total of 25 ships in our fleet. Let me slide this over so you can see the list of ships. There we go. So 25 ships in our fleet. So, we've been around, like I said, since 2002. So don't shy away from, you never heard of us. And now when we talk about the AMA differences, we offer amenities on our ships that others don't. And our major competitor, you all know who that is, they carry more guests on their ship. So let's say, for example, their ships, they're carrying 190 people. My average ship in Europe, I'm carrying 156. That's 40 less guests. So what that means is we're giving you the luxury of space and to be able to offer you more amenities that others cannot. Like we have gyms on our ships. We have wellness coaches that will get you up working out on the top deck. I mean, it's not obligatory, you don't have to, but it's a nice little added feature. Our staterooms, as you can see in the lower left corner, beautifully appointed with twin balconies. There's no such thing as an inside stateroom on a river cruise. So those of you that have been on big ships and know what inside means, it means you're kind of in a closet in the dark. We at least have window staterooms if you don't want to go for the balcony. We have Wi-Fi is included. So you see the shot about the connectivity here. There's lots and lots that's included in the price. So when we talk about, you know, the pricing, when you first look at it, it may seem a little high compared to big ship cruising. But what you have to realize is you're not going to walk off my ship with a bill. Pretty much everything's included. It's easier for me to tell you what's not included. And that would be gratuities, because we feel that should be at your discretion. We'll give you guidelines, of course. We don't include all alcohol all day, but we do include ample amounts of beer,
Yes.
wine, and soda.
Yes.
Right? If you don't turn your glass upside down at dinner, it just keeps on coming. So you got to be careful. And we do offer a 1-hour complimentary cocktail party every night before dinner. Of course, we don't include spa or gift shop, but everything else is taken care of. My cruise I just got back from, my bill, because my gratuities were prepaid, was $43. That's it. A few cocktails after dinner, you know, for lunch. That was it. So really most inclusive.
Yeah, I think
That's on
when I
board.
was on mine, if I got to remember the price exactly, but I got some beers after dinner a few nights, and I think each one was $3.50, something like that. It not inexpensive beer, especially living in New York.
Especially, I'm a martini girl, and I usually pay 18 to 20. On the ship, I think it was $9. So
Yeah,
yeah.
so very good pricing there.
Yep. So here you see our wonderful staff on board. Like I said, there's only 156 guests. There's about 50 employees on board. They really make you feel like you're part of the family and do an excellent job to welcome you aboard. Here's a better shot of one of our staterooms. The majority of the staterooms look like this. This is our twin balcony stateroom. So on the left, you see that there's a step-out balcony. On the right, a French balcony. The smallest stateroom in this would feature just the French balcony, or then again, the window stateroom. And then we do have some suites, which would have sofa seating, a little bit more, you know, room for you. And I'd like to just mention too, that we do offer triples, quads, and connecting staterooms on some of our ships because of our partnership with Disney. But more about that, if you're really interested, we can go into it. But I just like to mention it just in case some of you might be listening that might have teenage children that would really appreciate taking a wonderful trip like this. When we talk about dining, I didn't mention, but we are one of the only river cruise companies that designation of the Chambre de Rôtisseur, which is a culinary institute. And unlike other river cruise ships, we do have 2 dining rooms on our ships. We have the main dining room, which is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, where the menu changes every single night. And I think, Matt, you'll agree, it's really, again, we infuse the menus with the local flavors of the destinations. So
Yes.
get, you know, soccer tort, you're going to get your schnitzel, you're going to get your, what is the Wiener Schnitzel, you'll get different desserts that are from the area. So walk in, sit wherever you like. It's an open seating policy and just really beautifully presented. And then we also have our specialty restaurant called the Chef's Table, which is open every night, but the menu here stays the same. You make a reservation, you go, it's small, it's intimate, it's a multi-course tasting menu. And unlike the big ships, there's no charge to dine here. So it's a really nice special event. You'll see that it's got an open kitchen. You can see the chef preparing the dishes. And when you look at the itineraries, they're mostly, like I said, 7 nights, but we always offer pre or post land extensions. And what makes our land extensions different from our competition is that the cruise manager is with you from the beginning to the end. So if you're doing a Danube cruise and starting in Budapest and doing pre-nights, the cruise manager is there. If you're doing the Rhine cruise and doing extra nights in Amsterdam or at the end in Basel, the cruise manager travels with you to make it a really seamless experience. When we talk about the excursions on board, you know, it's not just about churches, town square, city hall. We offer lots of variety. We have hiking tours, biking tours, lots and lots of variety. So the Danube, one of our most popular rivers, you'll get major capitals along the river. That's a gorgeous shot of the Parliament building in Budapest. We hold an Oktoberfest every night when we dock in Wilshofen, Germany. So even in April, we celebrate Oktoberfest. And you'll, like I said, beautiful capitals along the way, Vienna, Bucharest, and of course, Budapest in Hungary. And the map there, you'll see that you visit 4 different countries on this itinerary. And all those dots are not necessarily the stops we go to, but they're the excursions we'll take you to. So when you're in Linz, Austria, you can go to Salzburg for a day trip, or you can go to the Austrian Lake region, or you can just hang out in Salzburg and do a half day. Hang out in Linz and then do a half day Salzburg excursion. So lots and lots of variety. When we're looking at France, we offer 5 different itineraries, very, very popular, especially for you wine lovers. We offer a Taste of Bordeaux cruise. We've got impressions of the Seine and Paris, which is one of my favorites, because for those of you that are art lovers or history buffs, you would love this itinerary, because not only does it give you Monet's gardens and all the beautiful history, but you get to visit the beaches of Normandy. So it's a really moving day. It's a wonderful trip that takes you one way from Paris to Le Havre, which is the Brittany region of France. Then after you disembark in Le Havre, you can continue and do the extension and do 3 nights in Saint-Malo, which then takes you to unbelievable Mont Saint-Michel. If you Google Mont Saint-Michel, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It looks like a Disney castle somewhere. So impressive, so amazing. I did this trip in 2021, and it will be like a lifelong memory that I have, that it was just so amazing to see. And then, of course, the Rhine River. So the Rhine is beautifully impressive when you're sailing along. See this gorgeous shot, lots of castles. This whole area, the Rhine River Gorge, is designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So you're going to be sitting on the top deck, taking in all the beauty around you, and it's purely magical. You'll be seeing big cities as well as small cities. You'll get to Cologne. You'll see the Rhine River Gorge, as I mentioned. And Matt has a special group date that he's blocked space for Christmas markets of 2023. So that's my niece and I on the left. We happened to experience it, like I said, last November. The Christmas markets open the Sunday after Thanksgiving and go through Christmas Day. So you get to go to all these beautiful cities and towns and see them celebrate Christmas, the lighting, the shopping, just the mulled wine, really impressive there. So the date that Matt has is December 19th to 26th. So this works out perfectly if you've got kids that are taking Christmas holidays, Christmas break. So you would sail on the Ama Prima, and the cruise is from Amsterdam and ends in Basel. So here's the map. You can do pre-nights in Amsterdam, but if you don't have the time, the ship is docked in Amsterdam overnight. So say it's a Monday, you would get there on Tuesday morning. The ship doesn't leave until Wednesday. So you have all day really to explore. And then the next day would be your sightseeing. And as you sail along, the next stop would be the beautiful city of Cologne, which has some of the most amazing markets you'll ever see. And then the little towns along the way. Rüdesheim, so impressive. One of my favorites. You could walk right into town. Then the excursions that you'll take from here, you can go to Speyer. You can go to Ludwigshafen, Heidelberg, magical. Then you'll go to Strasbourg and also Requier. This is all the Alsace region of France, which is very different. It's the area that's part German, part French, has been taken over back and forth, been ruled by, different dynasties over the years, and then finish the cruise, in Basel, Switzerland. And you can choose to extend and spend 2 nights in Lucerne and 2 nights in Zurich if you choose. So Matt, if you want to talk a little bit more about the pricing and what else is going on there.
Yeah, I mean, and right behind me in my virtual background, you see Strasbourg, the beautiful park there. Just so many great spots on this cruise. And if you reserve, this says April 14th, but we just found out, Columba worked with me on this. The deal that you see on your screen is now extended until April 30th. So if you book by April 30th, you can save $1,000 per person, so $2,000 per stateroom, or get 2 free nights in Amsterdam pre-cruise, and there's a whole itinerary built for that, or you can do what you want in Amsterdam as well. So it all starts at just about $2,800 per person. Yes, it sounds more than Carnival or Princess or Norwegian. And without a doubt, it's also one payment. You pay once. You don't have to worry about, oh, well, I want to dine here, or we're going to want drinks at dinner, or how much is this excursion? How much is that excursion? You pay once. By the time you add all that money up, you're paying the same thing on one of those other cruise lines. So it really is worth it. Just it looks like a big number. It's not a big number.
And you're right, Matt. I forgot to mention that about the excursions. Every single excursion listed is included. So
Yeah.
you're not paying out of pocket for every excursion. You know,
And
so that's
and
a
it's
savings.
it's not just it's not just one excursion a day. Sometimes
Right.
There are multiple excursions, not just to choose from. Yes, there are multiple excursions to choose from, but you're going on 2 excursions a day at times, especially in Rudesheim, which was just remarkable, with the castle lit up at night. And I know that's unique to Ama. So yeah, the excursions are really great. My favorite was going through the Black Forest, which we didn't mention on the map, which I think is actually, if I recall properly, would be Christmas Day.
It is right there.
Yeah, hiking through the Black Forest, right? Because that's different than the Strasbourg Day, and it's just beautiful there. I have a YouTube video for those of you who are watching this on YouTube. There's a YouTube video of me talking about the Black Forest while I'm in the Black Forest. It was really
I've never
memorable.
done that. I got to try that one next time I do it.
So it by April 30th is how you get the $1,000 off per person, or $2,000 off per stateroom, or the 2 free nights in Amsterdam pre-cruise. And
I'll throw something else in too. I'll throw in an extra $100 onboard credit per person, so that can be used towards your gratuities on board the ship, or your extra drinks, or if you want to go for a spa treatment and have a massage one day, that's $100 extra from me. Okay, OBC.
Thank you, Columba. Isn't this great? And if you book a balcony stateroom, you'll receive a complimentary upgrade if it's still available at the time of that you book. So even more reason to book sooner rather than later, because this is a deal worth thousands of dollars when you add it all up.
Absolutely. Excellent. So I think you had a few questions from people in advance of this, right?
Yes. Yeah. I've been posting about this on Facebook a lot and talking to people about it. And some of the questions that I've gotten the most, and I can answer them, but I wanted to bring them to Columba because she's the pro. She's the expert on AmaWaterways and really does a great job of explaining the differences. So people who are used to the ocean ships and love those, why should they, not necessarily why, but is a river cruise the right experience for them?
I was one of those people, Matt. I worked for Royal Caribbean before joining AMA for 10 years. I was with Carnival. I was with Holland America. And, what we get on our ships are really a mix. It's people like me that have been there, done that on the big ships, and now they're looking for something different, or people that say I can never go on a big ship. So if you've only been on big ships, the major difference, of course, is the size. You're looking at 156 people, which is like a lifeboat on Royal Caribbean, right? And you're really getting that personalized service. You go on the big ships, you'll see somebody the first day, you won't see them again until the last day because there's just so many people. The staff on board really gets to know who you are. They know your preferences. If you're an iced tea drinker that likes sugar on the side, they will have it ready for you. If you don't like sugar, they won't have it. So the major difference is just feeling comfortable. And we find that after this pandemic, river cruising is getting more and more popular because people don't want to be with so many people. They like the smaller, more intimate feel of our ships. So I am a true believer after having done mine. I was very nervous the first time because I thought like, oh gosh, this is so small. What am I going to do? But, you're so busy during the day and so active and taking in all these gorgeous sights. It's not like you're sitting up on the top deck drinking pina coladas and napping, you're out. I've done the hiking, the biking, the regular walking tours, and I love them all. And it's just, I think the major thing that I say is I got tired when I worked for the big ships of saying, well, the ship is the destination. No, the destination should be the destination. Broaden your horizons, okay? Let's go see places and broaden our horizons and stop with this, same old on the big ships. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, and you mentioned a couple things there, like the sugar with your tea, the and I talked about this in another Facebook and YouTube video. It really is like a family experience when you're on an AMA cruise. And yeah, you're with your family, but the whole ship becomes your family because there are only 156 people there. It's so intimate. Everyone knows each other. Everyone cares about each other and looks out for each other. And everyone on board knows your name after the first or second day. Mm-hmm. You were talking there about, the ship being the destination. So for those who are used to the larger ship, and there are 7 theaters on a Royal Caribbean or Norwegian, and again, that's great for some people. Is there enough for them to do at night? I mean, obviously, throughout the day, you're off the ship doing excursions and exploring, because you have lots of free time also sometimes during the day to get a chance to do what you want on your own and explore. But once they're on the ship at night and we're sailing again, what's there to do?
Well, that was a concern of mine because, like I said, I was a big ship girl, and I love casinos. I love nightlife. I love, shows. You're not going to really get that, So what I like to say with a river cruise is dinner is very leisurely. It starts at either 7 or 7:30, and you're in the dining room, like I said, leisurely. The wine keeps coming. You're enjoying conversation. By the time you get upstairs, we do have entertainment a few nights a week. I mean, there's always a piano player before dinner and after dinner, but we will bring on local entertainment. I mean, if you're looking for Las Vegas or you're looking for Broadway, that's not happening. It's about the destination. And I'll tell you, by the time the entertainment's over at like 10:30, the piano player comes back, I was really done. I wasn't really looking for anything more because I was anxious to get up the next morning and go out again. And I will say, when I talk about, getting up in the morning, breakfast is an open seating from 7 to 9. The first tour leaves at 9. There's nothing leaving. You're not getting up at 6 o'clock. You're not setting your alarm at 5 in the morning to go touring. 9 o'clock is, it's a godly hour. It's when we usually start our day. So, you're going to walk off and you're going to have your guide with you, small groups, and you're going to go explore. And at night, I didn't even miss the big stuff, because I enjoyed and felt so enriched by my day. It was enough for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you because, having experienced it, I mean, I was exhausted by the end of dinner. It was like, is it time for bed? Can I go to bed, please?
And the wine.
Right. I mean, because remember, the wine's included. And it was just funny listening because I don't know how you're going to answer, but you're talking about the ungodly hours. I mean, I know myself, I woke up one morning, though, at 5 a.m. because when I was in Rudesheim, because I wanted to do the hike of the vineyard.
Yeah.
And I also wanted to do like the separate wine tasting aspect that after touring the city.
Yeah.
And those two things were happening at the same time.
So how did you handle that?
So I woke up at about 5:30, 6 a.m. and took myself on the hike through the vineyards. And it was amazing. And then came back, had a little breakfast, and went with everyone else to the city tour and ended that with a wine tasting. So yeah, you can do the ungodly hours if you want.
Right. But you're not forced to.
You're not forced
totally
to.
by choice.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I guess the last question that I hear a lot is, and you talked about the dinner time. I'm not hungry at dinner time. It's, we had a late lunch or we had a big lunch.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Each of our staterooms has a mini refrigerator. Mealtime is mealtime with us. Breakfast and lunch is open seating, and it's a window, like 7 to 9, lunch is 12 to 2, but dinner is a set time. We like everybody to arrive together because it's a more, different atmosphere. We want to serve everyone together. So unfortunately, we do have like late night snacks in the lounge, but it might not be enough for you. I like to have my mini refrigerator with some little snacks along the way. Also with wine, You can buy wine in the ports of call and bring it back to the ship. We don't take it away from you like the big ships. So you want to, buy something in a gift shop, buy some cheeses, buy some crackers, have it in your cabin, not a problem. But we don't do room service, unfortunately, or provide any meals, outside the dining hours besides the snacks. So sorry.
Yeah, and I mean, being able to bring the wine back, especially on the Rhine River tour, which is,
Lots of
the home
videos.
of Rieslings, right? And obviously the tours through through France as well. It was great being able to bring some bottles of wine back every night. Not because we couldn't drink on board, but because we could enjoy either different wines, or what I did was I brought them all home with me, and got to relive the experience of the Rhine River for like 6 weeks once I got back, drinking all of the wine again, and getting to share it with friends and family who weren't with me on board. So that was really cool about the whole aspect of it.
Yep, and I was just in the Danube, so I bought apricot schnapps to bring home, which I love. So each river offers something unique and something different. So again, if any of you are interested in going on this Christmas market cruise, it's really a magical time to travel through Europe. And again, because it's Christmas week or the week before, if you've got teenage kids that are off, I highly recommend, going with them. The Ama Prima, unfortunately, does not have triple staterooms. It only has doubles. So if you have 2 kids, you'll have to get 2 rooms, which you probably would do on the other ships anyway, but just to let you know that. But, it's a wonderful experience. And if any of you have any interest in learning more details about any of the other itineraries or the more exotics, Matt and I will be happy to do this again. We may just do it without you even asking us, and we may just post it. So be on the lookout for the Matt and Columba show. And again, there's Matt's contact information. Am I blocking it? Yeah.
Nope, it's good.
Oh, oops, sorry. You did see it? Okay, excellent.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Matt, for having me today. I appreciate it. And
Thank you, Columba, for being with us.
hopefully
For
we
being
make
with
some
me.
bookings.
Yes.
Thank
Sounds
you.
good. All right. We'll
Everybody.
talk soon. Bye.